I'm here on the Geo Barents with 68 people that our team rescued a few days ago. When these survivors arrived on board, it was heartbreaking to see them wet and an agony in their faces, having taken the risk of their lives on the sea. Each had their own journey and had their own story to tell, but they have one thing in common: the hell they lived in Libya, as they described it to me. I was saddened listening to Samir, an 11-year-old boy from Syria, who told me how he traveled without his parents. His childhood has been stolen. And this morning, Mohammed from Bangladesh described to me how he was sold from one militia to another in Libya, how he was beaten, tortured, and extorted for money. Others spoke of the abuse, the forced labor, or the detention that they faced there, in the hands of guards, smugglers, police, or other militias. I can imagine why they would rather die at the sea rather than be pushed back to Libya. Their stories are just some of the human consequences of Europe's harmful migration policies and deals with third countries. The central Mediterranean has turned into a graveyard for tens of thousands of people who try to flee, seeking for safety in Europe. I recently visited the Polish-Belarusian border and saw the 5-meter-high wall. People end up trapped between the two countries in a no-man's land, and those who manage to cross the border risk being pushed back. In Greece, I have witnessed firsthand the physical and psychological suffering, as well as the life-threatening risks endured by people on the move. Libya, the central Mediterranean, Italy, Greece, the Balkans, Poland have become the European Union's laboratories and testing grounds for all these harmful migration policies and practices. It is no surprise that our medical teams in all these places are treating the consequences of the violence, abuse, and detention. This is a vicious circle where people find themselves trapped in, and it is the Europe that they have created, supported, and maintained it. As a doctor, as a humanitarian, as a human being, I ask the European leaders, what is the ending point? And at what cost? How many more human lives are worth sacrificing? When will be the time to put humanity first?